Hello guys and welcome back to the forexpropfirm.com YouTube channel. I'm your host Valentine and today we are privileged to have the CEO Joe, the visionary leader behind FPF, joining us for an interview. Get ready for an insightful conversation filled with valuable insights about FPF. CEO Joe brings a wealth of experience in the prop trading space. Let's dive right in and learn from Joe's wisdom and perspective. Hello Joe. Please introduce yourself to our YouTube community.
What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Finally, we are able to do this CEO interview. So I'm Joe, 31 years old from Montreal, Canada. I've been into the trading space since 2016. I discovered that through Instagram. We're going to talk about this later for sure. And I'm passionate about building businesses. I am an entrepreneur and I love Bitcoin and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm here to talk about forexpropfirm. So I won't take too much time to talk about me, but you'll get to learn about me through this interview for sure.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great. So the first question is, how did you discover trading and prop trading especially?
Yeah, so like I said, I discovered trading initially because I discovered Instagram at the end of 2015. Back then, there was a well-known entrepreneur, YouTuber, influencer called Gary Vee that probably a lot of you guys know, that was saying Instagram is a gold mine. So back then I was like doing $800 per month. I was just trying to become a real estate agent. I was going to school. I was 24 years old and I was just not doing well financially. But when I discovered Instagram, I've always been an entrepreneur. I always try to start many businesses. I can add a dozen of little businesses that I tried doing. And when I discovered Instagram, I just saw a gold mine, like Gary Vee said. And a lot of stuff was motivational posts. At that time, there was no stories, there was no live, it was just photo, and then there was a video. But if you were on Instagram at that time and you were posting motivational content and content about money, entrepreneurship, you would be hit up by iMarkets Live. It was like a high MLM company. And everybody at that time pretty much like got hit by them. And that's how I discovered trading, not with them, but with Instagram. I never got into these businesses, these online businesses regarding trading. So at the start of 2017, me and my cousin, which is my current business partner, we started a signal and education business. At the time, it was pretty much the business model. You were selling a Telegram subscription, VIP subscription. People were paying between $20 to $100 for most services. And that's what we did at the start. And my cousin, which is the trader, I'm more like the business type. He's the trader and I'm more of an investor and a business person. I am an investor in Bitcoin. We'll talk about that a little bit. But he had a person that is very well known on social media. He's called Sammy. And he was the first person basically to give a personal training to my cousin and my business partner, Nicholas. And that trader, like he was very young, at 16 or 17 years old, he bought like a Range Rover for his mother. He made like millions and millions. And it's not like the fake guru that you see online. Like he was not even online at that time. And I don't think he's really that much public and online. But he literally made millions and millions. He had like multiple like supercar and all that. And he was the first person to give like a private training for $5,000 to my cousin Nicholas. So that's why Nicholas was a very good trader. And that's why we were able to provide pretty accurate and good signals and start a business with that. We started providing education as well. So we built a course. And with the time, when 2020 came, the industry changed. So as an entrepreneur, I saw the industry change a lot. And I saw the prop firm model that was coming up. And that's why we decided to switch to this model. At first, we just opened a program inside my older business, which was just a basic funding program. But at the start of 2021, so we started FPF in January 1st, 2021, I decided to really start a real prop firm. And with all the potential that we had, I decided to close the signals and education business. And the reason why I wanted to start FPF, forexpropfirm.com, is because at the time in 2020, we actually bought a funding program ourselves at a very high cost of £50,000. I'm not going to name the business which we bought it from, but a lot of people will probably recognize them. It was like the biggest influencer on social media at the time. They were based in London. They had like an offer at £30,000 per month and a lot of supercar. And basically their name was starting by an A. So you guys probably know them. And we bought a funding program at £50,000 from them, like a direct instant funding program. And we had a promise from them at the time. If you guys remember and were following them, they were starting trading floor everywhere in the world. And they promised us to start a trading floor with us in Montreal. And at the end of that story, basically 12 months later, when we became profitable or when we were able to withdraw on that account, because we started in a drawdown, we weren't able to withdraw. We're facing a lot of response from them, like a lot of excuses for not paying us. And basically at the end of the day, they never pay us a penny and even ask us to pay a monthly fee. So we decided to take the loss of £50,000 and start our own prop firm. And that's why we wanted to be the most affordable, the most easiest prop firm. We wanted to be the best at everything, basically. That was my model at forexpropfirm.com. And we started pretty good. Like the first year was kind of normal because we had a stop loss rule that people were not liking. We had a few things that, and there was not a lot of prop firm at that time too. So the second year was very good. And the reason why we grew very, very fast is because we were the best at a lot of things. We will talk about it later why I think FPF is the best, but basically we had the easiest rule. We had no consistency rule. We had realistic target. We have some of the most, if not the most affordable prices. At one point, we start giving 10% profit share from the challenge. We added refundable fee. We had a very good affiliate program. A lot of things where we had a very good back end, like everything was instant, a very good support team. So we were basically growing very fast. And at this October, we reached the top 10 prop firm.
Yeah, that's so crazy to hear. And I feel like starting out with that 50K pound loss in the back of your head is one of the most inspiring things to hear, and for yourself really to set the standard in the prop firm space, coming from a place where you got scammed. So I love to hear that. Really nice. Okay, the next question is going to be, how can people know if FPF is secure?
Yeah, so why I stopped my story at October 2023, we're recording this currently in March 2024. You guys will understand that pretty soon. But the reason why we are very secure now is because we are incorporated in 3 places: Canada, USA, UAE. We own a FX and crypto license in UAE. We have banking in all of these countries where we have our incorporation. So banking in UAE, Canada, USA, multiple banking partners. We have multiple payment processor, which was a biggest issue at one point. So we have currently 5 payment processor we're working with. So that is very secure, very, very secure. We have the platform. We're still having MetaTrader 5. We're still accepting USA clients. We're in a position that is very secure compared to many prop firms that cannot accept USA client anymore. And we're not thinking about not accepting USA client anymore. Don't worry about that. We have MT5. We're going to keep MT5. We're going to add on DX Trade and some other platform as well. So that's why I think FPF is very secure at the moment, and we will stay secure. We're always working on other ways to secure everything. We're working with Rise for the payout. It's another way to secure easy and fast payout. So everything is working very well at the moment.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that is really important because there is so much going on in the space right now that you really need to focus on that, and you're doing a great job with that.
Yeah.
So, is forexpropfirm.com a scam or is it legit?
Forexpropfirm.com is definitely not a scam. So obviously we've been in business more than 2 years. We currently have, to this day, we have a payment plan with a few traders that we will talk about in the future. This interview, we will talk about what has led to that. But everybody, like, you cannot find nobody online that is a real legit client from Forex Prop Firm at the moment that is gonna say that he is not, he doesn't know when he's gonna be paid. He didn't hear from us. We're not replying to them or anything like that. Every single trader that are waiting for a payout know when they will get paid, and they have many options and they know everything. And Forex Prop Firm at the moment is paying every trader and every payout, and we're up to date on every payout. We add a few issues that we're going to talk about because it's important to talk about those things, because I'm in a position to talk about those things, and you will understand why many CEO and other prop firm owner or CEO are not in a position to talk about those things. So we always been at the forefront of the industry. Like I said, we were one of the first, if not the first, to start the affiliate competition and giving more prices to our affiliate. We are always giving great discount. We are giving 10% profit share. We're giving refundable fee. And for that reason, people think that we are a scam or we're not profitable. But the reason why we are able to be profitable and basically come up with the best offer, not the highest price, give everything that we're offering, profit share, refundable fees, great discount, is a simple reason that has the same reason, and I'm going to get more in detail, but is the same reason why I will be able to talk about all these things and other CEO or owner are not, is because I'm one CEO and we're two business owners. And the other prop firm, as you will get to learn, most of them, I don't know all of them, obviously, I'm generalizing over here. Most of them, they are giving 70 to 75% of the revenue to tech provider, so back-end provider. So basically, they don't own their business. Some other prop firm that own their business, they are 6 owners. So if you're doing 50K per month in profit, if we're 2 owner, 25K per month each, that's a lot of money. We can definitely live off that. And I'm also a CEO, so I have a salary as a CEO. So I don't even need profit. If I have a bad month or 3 bad months, I can literally live off my CEO salary. In the worst case, I can even take off my CEO salary and live off my saving. So, and my credit card and all that. So the reason why these other prop firm with 6, 7, 8 owner or a group of owner, because there's group of owners that are buying a lot of prop firm, and many prop firm are owned by the back-end provider like FPFX or other one. Basically, we are able to go and be our own boss. We are able to go online and say the truth. We don't have a boss. So I don't have nobody that is going to tell me, no, you cannot say that. No, you cannot say the truth. And sometimes it's hurting us because I'm too real. You know, I'm saying the truth everywhere and people don't like it. And it's hurting a lot of people feeling. And a lot of people don't like that. So that's something else that we're going to talk about, the cancel culture. And that is happening not just in our industry, but everywhere in the world. And that's something that I've been talking against for a long time. And that's why some of the thing is happening to FPF. But the cool thing is that now we change our backend provider, which was FPFX, and we change our broker because you guys know 8cap is not anymore providing services for prop firms. And we are saving a lot of money by doing that. Because these backend that we're talking about, FPFX and 8cap, they were having a big part of the industry, so they were charging a lot of money. So we tried to talk with them, but they were kind of trying to have a monopoly on the industry. And the brokers, maybe not 8cap to that point, but the brokers are all charging the same. Other broker are charging the same as 8cap, and they're charging a lot. So now we find a broker and a backend provider that is charging less, and we can take that profit and pay that to our traders. And we can also use that to do bigger discount, give you refundable fee, give you 10% of the profit share. We're going to start a charity, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the point you made about not having anyone where you need to think about to not offend them in case if there's someone above you, because you and your cousin, you are your own bosses and you can tell everything. You can speak your mind freely. And in this age, I think it's very important to really speak out the truth and speak, yeah, just freely for yourself. Really, really good.
All right.
What do you have to say about some allegations?
Yeah, so the only allegation or accusation that you can find online are from one of our ex-employee, and I'm going to answer specifically about that. But the other allegation that you can find is payouts. So payouts, we had an issue with our payment processor back in October. So we, like I said, now have a payment plan with everyone. So if you see some allegation from Twitter people, mostly it's on Twitter, that we're not paying our traders, we're not paying our employee, we're not paying that. This is not true. At the moment, if you are an affiliate or an employee or a trader with FPF, you are being paid 100% and on time. The only people that we had an issue, we have a payment plan right now with them. And the reason why that has happened is because in October, we had our payment processor, which is Stripe, that shut down our business, basically shut down the account. That is in their rights. That is not fine, and where they did us wrong and why we will sue them for $millions and why they really did us wrong. And our ex-employee Ajwad clearly knows that, and he took advantage of this situation to try to steal you guys and us. He did that because basically what happened is we were using his Stripe account. Why we were using his Stripe account? Because in the past, and it comes back to the cancel culture that we're going to talk about in the future, we were having issue with PayPal. We were using PayPal and we had some issue with PayPal. So at the time, we were not able to get some payment processor because it's very hard to get payment processor. And we are from Canada. Our business is based in Canada. And I didn't know at the time, but it's pretty much impossible to get a payment processor in Canada, especially in our industry. But I didn't know that at the time. And I needed a payment processor right away to start accepting payment. And I trusted Ajwad pretty much. Now that we're looking back at it, of course, it was not a great move and I should have done something else and I should have done something about it before that happened. But basically, and also you got to understand at that time, we were doing maybe six-figure per month, maybe $100,000 per month, not even that. We almost 10x that since then. So it's the big difference doing 70K per month or $700,000 per month. So we got Ajwad as an employee. We start working with him. We worked with him for over a year. We use his Stripe account. Everything was good. And at some point, Stripe started to put 25% of all our revenue on hold for 60 days as a reserve. They're doing that for a lot of accounts that are processing a lot of payments. And sometimes they're doing that just because they don't like the industry, whatever. So every 60 days, they were sending us back our 25% in reserve, which was fine because we were pretty profitable business and I had a lot of money on the side and I was fine with that. And every 60 days, I was using that 25% as profit pretty much. And with the time, the last period, it was starting in September 1st, ending in October 31st. So Stripe shut down our account on October 22nd. So 1 week or 8 days before we were supposed to get our 25% reserve back. Now, at that time, we were growing a lot. So that reserve was 400,000 US dollar. And it was basically in two currency. It was like 238,000 pound and 52,000 US dollars, something like that. So, and we even had some payout because we were doing the payout from Stripe at that time and Wise. But if you guys know, like Wise shut down exactly at that time, all the prop firms account. So we were basically doing our payout from Stripe, and they even sent back some payout, canceled them, sent it back to Stripe. So the total amount was 400,000 US dollar, and they decided to not give us a reserve, hold that money for 120 days. We appealed that decision, and it took 2 weeks, and they rejected our appeal, and they restarted the 120 days after the rejection, which was supposed to be on March 7, 2024, that we would get all that money back. At that time, we had no payment processor. I had a backup payment processor, but for whatever reason, they were not responsive. They took a lot of time to respond, and they never gave us a payment processor. Then after that, I went on a journey to try to get payment processor, and it was so hard, guys. It took us 6 weeks to get some payment processor. I did 15 to 20 different applications, and I ended up having to create a business in the USA, and I was able to get a payment processor in the USA. And now that I have more contact and more information on the industry, and like I said, we're secure, but we literally missed 6 weeks of revenue, which amount to over $1 million in revenue. It was Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And at that time, I didn't stop the account. So people were still able to trade. So if you can just understand some simple business, you can understand that we had no revenue, just crypto revenue, which is less than 10% of our revenue. So like 50,000 per month. We had some accusation that we were going down, that our business was going to go down. We had Ajwad leaving us, but he was leaving us in good term. Everything was all good at that time. And basically, we had to tell our traders at one point, okay, like we are not able to pay the payouts. So we're going to stop processing payout. Everyone that is waiting for a payout at the moment, we are going to pay you in 120 days when Stripe is going to release the fund. So we stopped when we had $400,000 in payout, because we had $400,000 in Stripe. So at that time, I said, okay, like we're going to wait 3-4 months. Like it's going to be a lot of backlash, and maybe we're not going to survive this, but I have no other solution and I'm doing my best. So that's what we did. To get a payment processor, I put 50,000 US dollar of my own money as a reserve to get a new payment processor so we can restart doing the business. In the month of November, when this trading was stopped, but the revenue was not coming in, I used my own Bitcoin and my own saving account to pay traders payout, to pay my employee salary, to pay for the services and everything. So I definitely did my best. And 2 weeks ago, when we were supposed to get the money on release from Stripe, basically Stripe decided to keep the money and legally keep the money. They said, because of our term of services and the agreement you have with us, we're just not going to release the money, which is to me a straight up robbery. So they're literally robbing us $500,000 because they did that with another account under my name with 90,000 US dollar as well. So this is the situation. This is why we got a payment plan with the payouts. So this is the only accusation that you can hear about us. Every single trader that are waiting for a payout, they know when they will be paid. They know that they will be paid. They have an option to be paid faster if they want. We're working with them in a private group. We're communicating with all of them. They know the situation. We provided every single proof. We have a blog article with every single proof of what I'm saying. And this is a straight up robbery. And Stripe is basically, if it wasn't for my money in my saving account and my Bitcoin that I used, Stripe would have killed our business by doing this. So we are going to sue Stripe for at least $10 million up to 40 or 50 million dollar. That is my word. That is not just air. That is gonna happen. That is definitely gonna happen. You guys are trader. We're definitely gonna spend $100,000 or $200,000 to try to get 10 million, 20 million, 40 million from Stripe. That is an excellent risk to reward ratio.
That's an absolutely crazy risk to reward ratio. Okay, crazy to hear. Wow. Okay, so the next question. What is your response to the accusations that Ashwood, the Falcon trader, made?
Yeah. So, Ashwad, so this is insane. So pretty much like, I'm going to go in detail with everything, all the little details that he said, because everything pretty much is a lie. And Ashwad did that to try to steal the 400,000 US dollar, pretty much. So what has happened, like I said, we were using a Stripe account. I had an admin access. My business support, everybody had some type of access in Stripe so they can testify with that. And we also have undeniable proof with IP address, his email from his domain, his laptop ID, like everything. We have undeniable proof that even in court, if we need to go in court, we'll prove everything. So what has happened is when all of this happened and Ashwad just bought a BMW, and for whatever reason, there was some people on Twitter, which I'm not a fan. It's better, I guess, now since it's owned by Elon, but I'm really not a fan. But there was some people on there that trying to dox him or doxed him because he posted his new BMW with his plate. And people at that time, they were thinking that Ashwad was the CEO or owner of FPF because I wasn't really out there for some reason that we will talk about soon. And people just, they accuse him of things and they didn't do the research. They didn't wait for an official reply or anything. They didn't ask really any question. That's how Twitter is and people are online. So, and he took advantage of that after that. But basically, they accuse him at one point. Like, I sent out a letter to our client and I said, Ashwad is the COO, which I literally thought it was a favor. I literally did that because he was loyal to us. He did a lot of things with us, and he was on a daily basis, literally like sending the payout because the payout was sent from his Stripe account. He was handling the finance because it was his Stripe account. He was doing the traders interview. He was in communication with the influencer. Like, he was doing a bunch of other little stuff, like handling the thumbnail for YouTube, communication with some other team member. So when I look at the COO definition on Google, which I heard for the first time a few weeks ago, when a Telegram group did a description of us and they did describe Ashwad as the COO, that's the first time I heard about this term. So when I did a letter, I went on Google, I put that on Google and I saw, okay, that matched what Ashwad is doing. So I'm going to call him that. And I thought basically I thought that he would be honored by that. But for whatever reason, like, because I call him the COO in an email, some people posted that on Twitter and he took that very personally and he really didn't like it. And because he got doxxed at the same time by a guy, some people got to his apartment when he was not there or something like that. So he decided to leave us because of that. That's the reason why he left us. But he left us in peace. We didn't owe him any money. We pay all his salary. He never had a funded account with us. We never owed him any trader payout. The only thing we were owing to him at that moment was about $6,600 in affiliate commission, which we're not ready to be paid because there's a 30-day delay period before we pay it. So I stay in communication with Ajwad in Telegram because we were still in communication because he had access to the Stripe account. We were talking, trying to get some payment processor resolved. Like I was still all good with him until the start of January. And at one point, he contacted us at the end of December or start of January. He said, "Hey, how are you doing? Like, can you send me some money? I'm in some legal trouble." Da da da. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." It was like, "You owe me like $40,000 of affiliate commission." And I was like, "What? Like, how come? Like, I believe you, but like, let me just go verify that. Like, where have you done like all these affiliate commission?" He's like, "My website is doing super well, and I'm still having some of your YouTube video up on my YouTube channel." I was like, from last time that I look at your YouTube channel, I saw that you had removed pretty much every video from us. And I remember that his website is not doing that well. It doesn't have that much traffic. So I was like, in my head, it's impossible that he has all these affiliate commission, but I'm gonna believe him. So I asked my support to verify that, and real quick, he said, "Yes, that's true." 3-4 days later, when I was about to send Ajwad his first $10,000, because I said to Ajwad, "Okay, like I owe you $40,000 in affiliate commission. You know the situation with FPF, like this situation, like we're kind of tight financially. So can I pay you $10,000 every month?" He said, "Yes, sure, no problem." I said, "Okay." It was a Friday. I said, "Can we do a Zoom call on a Sunday or a Monday? Because I just want to make sure that we have still access to the Stripe account before I send you your first $10,000. He literally said, because Ajwal was super loyal at this point. So in my head, I was like, he's never going to do anything, you know? So he said, "Yes, for sure. That money is yours. That money is FPF. Like that money is going to be sent out to the traders. I want the money to be sent out to the traders. So no worry, bro." We set up a Zoom call, said all good. And 2 days before that, my support came back to me and he said, "Bro, I got something big. I realized what is happening. Ajwad is faking affiliate commission, not just for him, but for another guy for worth of $15,000. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes, I'm sure. I have some proof." Basically, there's no email that are being sent to him. Every single time there's a commission with everybody else in their system, we see the notification in their system and the people are receiving an email. Ajwal has none of these notifications and he's not receiving any email. And I said, "Shit, does he still have access to our backend with his email?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, that's it. He's faking affiliate commission. We just verify everything." And same thing with the guy that has another $15,000 in affiliate commission. We tried to ask him, like, "Where are you getting your commission?" He's like, "I'm posting in my Instagram story and I have a private Telegram group. Can we get the link to the private Telegram group?" "No." "Okay, can we get the inside of your story?" "No." And he started threatening us like, "I'm gonna expose stuff." Nah, nah, nah. So okay, so we realized at the moment, okay, Ajwad is trying to steal affiliate commission from us. We're going on a Zoom call with him pretty soon. How we're gonna play this? So we set up the Zoom call, but at this point, we knew pretty much like our hands are tied. Like we played this very bad, and if Ajwad wants to revoke the access from the Stripe account, that's what he can do. And obviously, on the day that we were supposed to go on a Zoom call, he didn't show up on a Zoom call and he revoked the access from the Stripe account. Now, the lucky thing, I guess, that has happened is I thought about it real quick and I told my support, "Go log in inside the account, start recording." So we have a video recording and some screenshot that show every single thing that has happened inside the Stripe account. So you can literally see that Ajwad is the owner of the account. You can see his email from his domain. So it's not a Gmail or anything. It's his info@falcon@trader.com. You can see that his IP address is laptop ID, and you can see that he's removing access to everybody. And after that, he is switching the owner to a Gmail that is like nickfpfteam@gmail.com, something like that. So my business partner is named Nicholas. So he created that Gmail made it look like it's owned by us or Nicholas. He changed the owner access to that Gmail. But the thing is, we see the IP address, we see his laptop and everything. And he was the owner of the account at that point, the only one that can transfer the ownership. So that is proof right there that he is still the owner of the account. And from that point, obviously, we didn't see anything from the account. So that was at the start of January. So when that happened, we said, okay, like he's gonna steal the money. Like, what are we, like, are we playing this? So we kept it quiet because at this point, there's no point to go online, go on Twitter, expose that, because that's just gonna do negativity for the business. That's gonna hurt our revenue. So we kept that quiet, and obviously at one point I sent him a cease and desist just by email politely about 1 month, like on February 7th, about 1 month before the money is supposed to be released on March 7th. I said, hey Ajwad, like please, like let's not do that to the trader, like don't steal the money to the traders. Like I literally offer him a job at $10,000 per month. I said, I'm gonna offer you a job at $10,000 per month. I'm gonna pay you $20,000 cash. I'm gonna pay you $10,000 when you give me the owner access to the Stripe, and I'm gonna pay you another $10,000 when the funds are being released and I have it in the bank account. I said, please talk with me, come on a Zoom, like let's talk this, figure this out. Like don't steal the money from the trader. Please don't do this. And I said, if you don't reply by February 12th and you don't give me the access, I'm going to take legal action. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. He never replied, but a few hours after I sent that email on the same day, our website got hacked, our website got down, and basically we lost like $20,000 of revenue. But the worst is that he hacked my email, he hacked the website. That's a personal attack. That's an attack to my business, to my livelihood, to everybody that is working. Like he was working with everybody in that team, right? Like, why are you gonna try to take the job and take the earning of everybody in that team? Like all the traders that you're stealing, like you're claiming that we are a fraud and that you want to be there for trader. You're doing review on your YouTube channel, all of that, but you're going to steal the money from the traders and you're going to make us go down like that. So basically what Ajwa did at this point is he literally used that story. I was angry. I said, you don't want to live this life, because I was getting threats from some traders that were saying, I don't care like about Stripe, about the money being frozen. I don't care that you're a business or whatever. You owe me money. I'm going to find you. I'm going to find your family. You're going to pay me. I was getting threat like that. So I said in my video at one point, like, Ajwad, you're not a gangster. You don't want to be living like a gangster. You don't want to have that. I'm not going to repeat exactly what I said, but I didn't threat him. I said, you don't want to have this happening to you, because it was happening to me. And I knew that if we're going to expose this story online, some people are going to see the proof. They're going to see his IP address. Some people got a brain. I know most people on Twitter, like, not really, and they just want drama, but we knew that it would be bad for him. But to be honest, like, I didn't know that Twitter and the justice warrior and everybody on Twitter that wants to be fair and expose people, and nobody wanted to help us. Like, they just canceled us. They just said, we don't like how you handle the situation. Like, you cannot be threatening him. You threaten him to do this and that. I said, no, first of all, I didn't threaten him. But second, like, he is stealing the money. I have proof. We're posting it. He's stealing the money. Don't you want the traders to get the money? Like, it's all about the traders. And literally everybody, influencer, website that are reviewing prop firm, everybody were siding with this guy because of my attitude, because they didn't like me or didn't like what I say, or they didn't want to take time to see the proof. But at the end of the day, he's the one stealing the money. And if they're siding with this guy, they're helping this guy steal money from traders. So it's insane. And if you're trying to shut down FPF, you're causing traders to not be paid. If we go bankrupt, traders are not going to be paid. So It's crazy that's why I don't like being too much online. So that's why sometimes people are asking me to do commentary and do video and talk all the time about this and that. From my experience, the more you say online, the more it can fire back against you. So that's why we kept it private. But so that's why you see people online that are looking to get followers, that are looking to get some affiliate commission from other firms and all that, that are looking for drama. They are talking about this, but they're not our client. Our client know the truth and they know they will be paid and they know who is stealing the money. It's Stripe and Ajwad. So we will take some defamation lawsuit against Ajwad. We will try to get the money back from Ajwad. We don't know if the money has been released to Ajwad, to be honest. Maybe he has the money and he has stole it. But from what we understood, Stripe has kept the 400,000 as well, because they kept the 90,000 that was under my name. And I think they did the exact same thing with the 400,000. No matter what, we're going to sue Stripe and Ajwad.
That's so crazy to hear. Insane. Okay. So, can you address the USA situation?
Yeah, and by the way, just about Ajwad, we have a blog article. I did a video at one point, but Ajwad got her YouTube channel closed down because he did some copyright strike on the interview he did for us that we pay him to do. A lot of money, but we have a blog article with a video with all the proof, everything. If you guys want to see the proof, it's gonna be on our website in the blog section. So the USA situation, yes, like I said earlier, we're gonna keep accepting USA client. We're not planning on not accepting USA client. We're definitely gonna have a backup. We're gonna have something if there's ever an emergency or something, that whatever is happening, we are going to keep accepting USA client. We're going to find a way, that's for sure.
Okay, perfect. I think that is going to relieve a lot of stress for USA clients, because what's going on at the moment is just insane. And I think it's really important to stick to that. Can you address the MetaQuote platform situation?
Yeah, so we knew, first of all, since a while that MetaTrader 4 is going to phase out. If you didn't realize, like, MetaTrader 4 was very popular since years, but people, MetaQuote, which is the owner of MetaTrader, they were trying to push people to get on MetaTrader 5 since years, but it was not working. But in 2023, they said in 2024, we're going to phase out MT4. Like by the end of the year, there's no MT4 anymore. So we knew that. So that's why, first of all, we knew that everybody's going to be transitioning to MT5. We knew that MT5 didn't like really the prop firm industry, because they were always asking brokers to remove any kind of mention and this and that from the prop firm website. So anyway, we are still good with MT5. We are all good. We will keep on providing MT5. No issue there for every client. And we are providing DX Trade pretty soon. We're looking into C Trader. It's a very good platform that I personally like a lot. And there's other platforms that are associated with other broker. These one, we can surely say that we're not going to get them because it's competition from our broker. And that's pretty much the situation with that.
Okay. Why do you think FPF is one of the best prop firm, if not the best prop firm?
Yeah. So like I said, FPF, like we definitely reached top 10 prop firm status. And when I say top 10 prop firm status, I obviously look at a financial view. But if you look at pretty much a lot of metrics, we were top 10 when we were at our top. So we obviously have some great competition that I'm not going to name, that are like top 3, top 4, top 5, that are very good. And I like them because they're innovating, and you can definitely see them modeling what we do, and we are modeling what they do for sure. But it's not just us modeling what they do. I definitely saw the top prop firm, maybe not FTMO, but Funded Next, the Funded Trader, they're watching us. they're modeling what we do since years, and we do the same thing. And to me, I respect these prop firms, these two prop firms that I just mentioned. And we are always innovative like these two prop firms. That's why I like it, because we came up with the affiliate competition. They came up with the affiliate competition 2 months later, both of them. But they came up with something, we modeled them. But why we are the best, in my opinion, or at least top 5, we have 10% profit share, right? There's only one other prop firm that is beating us on that. Our pricing, it's better than most prop firm, especially if you take the discount code. We have higher discount code than them, so definitely our pricing is better than them. And I already explained why. That's because we don't have multiple owner. We don't give 75% of our revenue to the backend provider. So we don't need as much profit. We can reinvest that in the business. Our rules, we are, well, first of all, we are, if I'm not mistaken, the only prop firm or major prop firm that has a model, and we always add it with no daily drawdown. So our 2-step regular challenge has no daily drawdown, like 0. I think we are the only one top prop firm that is offering that. We also have with our 2-step pro and our 1-step no time limit, as a lot of prop firm. But we are offering a bunch of model that suits every style of trading. 90% profit share from the start. We're coming up with new model of instant funding that you can pay less and have less profit share, 50% and 20% profit share. Everything is automated, instant. The passing rate is one of the best, if not the best in the industry. So we have like 7, 8, 10, 11% passing rate on some of our challenge compared to some other prop firm, which has slightly different rule. Like our rule are a little bit better, so easier to pass. So that's why our passing rate is better. But our passing rate is 3, 4, 6x times better than other prop firm has like 1%, 2%, 3%. Why? That's because they're shutting down many people, right? With their consistency rules. Some of them still have stop loss rule, which we took out like a year and a half ago because everybody was asking to remove it. That's another reason why people like us a lot. We're listening to people. People are filling out survey. We're asking people to fill out survey. We're listening to their reply, and we're changing and optimizing everything based on what they want. Sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes people are asking us like some impossible thing that we can do, but we're always listening to them. Maybe I'm not vocal as much as people would want to be, but I always try to be fair. I always try to accommodate our client. We're going to start giving a free course that we used to sell at $5,000, that we're showing the strategy that I talked about earlier, that people have made millions, tens of millions with that strategy. Many Lambo has been bought with that strategy, and we're going to give it for free, like totally for free. And not just that trading strategy, all my knowledge about the financial game, like not just trading, but investing, like how to treat your money. This is what I like a lot. I'm a finance guy. So with everything that we're providing, like I think like we're definitely top 5 prop firm.
Yeah, and I think 4,000 funded trader speak for themselves, of course. So in my opinion, the rules that are provided at FPF are the best for a trader to succeed. And that's really all you need to do to make sure that the traders and the customers at the end of the day are happy with that. And that is what FPF is doing at the moment. So just awesome.
Yeah. And by the way, it's a great occasion to announce that we're coming up with, maybe in a month or 2 or so, we're coming up with a bunch of add-ons. And some of the add-on will be weekly payout. So people will be able to get weekly payout, but we will also have add-ons like a bigger daily drawdown or a bigger overall drawdown, less minimum trading days or less days when you're funded before you can ask for a withdrawal, like so-called withdrawal on demand. all of that will be available soon, and we're looking to get a monthly trading competition back as well.
Perfect. Okay, now that you touched briefly on that prior, what is the cancel culture?
Yeah, so I thought about that, and the question should have been, is the cancel culture real? And yes, the cancel culture is definitely real, and it's simple. Like, at first, FPF, for whatever reason, we had some people that didn't like us because we're not part of the gang, right? Like online, like even in politics, like if you're not part of a certain view online of whatever, you're being canceled. But it's funny because like 45% of Americans or whatever like have voted for Donald Trump. So not 45% of Americans are crazy and should be canceled, right? But if you listen to anybody that is on the other side, like everybody should be canceled. So that was just like the obvious situation with the cancel culture that has happened in 2020, and that is probably going to happen again this year with the election. But on a smaller scale, like it's happening to a lot of people, and we cannot just not talk about it, right? Because that's one of the reasons why I know that all the issue that is happening with FPF, like many of them, that's because of the cancel culture. And what can I do about it? Well, not much, because I literally not have been online and posted anything on any social media, don't even have an account anymore since 2020 or 2021. And 2023 or 2024, they don't have a team that are like, we're gonna shut down FPF, but they have algorithms that are working against us. And then when the algorithm is triggering something like our Stripe account, for example, then there's going to be a manual review for the employee, and the employee, they're not going to care for some reason, or they're going to have some emotion, and they are not going to like us, and they're not going to treat us properly. It's definitely happening with Trustpilot. Like we did a post on Twitter, we're going to sue Trustpilot as well. Like I can go on for 5 minutes and give you some example on what Trustpilot is doing to us. It's insane what they're doing to us. It's completely insane. I'm not going to talk too much about it now. I might do another video, but like it's insane. And Stripe, that, look, I'm going to give you the example of Stripe. You are putting 25% of a reserve for 60 days. First of all, most businesses, they cannot even do that. Most businesses, they don't have 25% profit. Most businesses, they don't have money on the side, especially if they're not a big corporation. So most businesses, they could not even survive that. We did that easy. But when at the end of that 60-day period, you're gonna, and the reason why they're saying they're keeping money is because in case there is chargebacks and disputes. When at the end of that 60-day period, you're closing your account 8 days before that, and then you're saying we're going to keep the money for 120 days, and we're appealing to you, and we're saying to you, look, you can keep 50,000, you can keep 100,000, you can keep 200,000, but give us the other 200,000. Like there's not going to be $400,000 of chargebacks for sure. Like you don't need to do that. Like after that, like, do you understand that I need to pay my employee? I have employee in India, I have employee in Pakistan, I have employee in Africa. These employees, like, they need to eat. Some of them, they're making money for their family. Like, so we're telling them, like, straight up, I was telling them that, like, word for word. Do you understand that at the moment there's like 15 employees that won't be paid because of what you're doing? And if I don't come up with a solution, or I don't use my own money, or if I don't have my own money, if I just don't have any solution, the business is gonna die. So you're gonna kill the business that I worked for 2 years on, that I invested a lot of money, all my time. My clients are not gonna be paid. My employee and their family are not gonna have money to eat, not any money to pay for their food, for their rent, for their house, for their car, for their gas, anything. And they don't care. But at the end of the day, what it's even crazier is that they are like, we are going to keep the money in case there is disputes and chargebacks. And you're like trying to explain to them, well, that money, I need to pay it to my client. If you owe the money, some of these clients will do disputes and chargeback because I'm not paying them. And they're like, well, we don't care. So they are creating literally the problem that they're saying they want to solve, first of all. And then after that, at the end of the 4 months, they literally legally, we can provide the email just saying, oh, like, we know that it's not the answer you're gonna like, but because of the term and service, like we said that after the 120, anyway, they're like, we're just not gonna give you your money. Never. And I'm like sending complaints to their department or replying to their support, and they're just not replying anymore. Maybe because there's one word I said they don't like or whatever. But okay, maybe it's not personal to me. Maybe they're doing that to every single prop firm and every single business. I don't think so, right? I don't think it's like that. You got to understand, all these businesses, almost all of them, they're from California, where it's 90% Democrat, where it's 90% like cancel culture, like against all of that. I'm not gonna get too much into politics, but this is real, guy. This is real. This is what it is. And it's crazy and it's stupid that it has to be two sides. Like if you're a Democrat or if you want to vote for this person, you has to be, or everybody has to have the same opinion on every single topic. This is insane to me. Like, you should be able to vote for this person or this person and have different opinion between your party and be able to vocal it. But that is for another discussion. But that is the cancel culture, and it's happening in a smaller niche, like in the prop firm industry since the start. Like, some website never wanted to put us on the website because they were saying we are scammer. Why we are scammers, we don't know. They never had any proof. We asked them, they said, well, but never had any real reason. After a year, sometime, we proved to them because we had a lot of money to offer to them. Now they were taking our money and they were putting us on their website. But same thing like the example that I gave with Ajwad, like every single website that are supposedly unbiased, that are there to review prop firm, go look at their new video that they're doing, go look at their list and all that. We are not on their list. We never been on their list. But you see, and sometimes they will say, well, they are a new prop firm. Like, no, we've been in business for 2 years now. You're ranking prop firm that have been in business for 3 to 6 months. So it's not true that we're a new prop firm. And sometimes they're like, well, they have every single reason in the book. And this is before we had our issue with the payout. So we never had any zero claim of not paying payout, but there were things saying it's impossible that they pay people. Look at this, they're running 35% discount code, 10% profit share. They're giving 20% affiliate commission. No, it's possible, guys. It's definitely possible. Like, definitely possible. So that's why, man, that's why the cancel culture is real. Like, it's definitely real, but on a larger scale in the world, like, this needs to stop, because like we need to be able to have a discussion and people needs to be fair and unbiased. But of course, like, this is human emotion, and I don't think people are gonna listen to me and start being fair. But like, we're working on this. Like, there's a lot of things like Bitcoin and crypto and new social media platform and maybe new election, new people getting elected that will change things. Like Javier Milei in Argentina, like, this guy is insane. Like, I love this guy. Like, he did a speech at the World Economic Forum. It's like, I was crying watching this speech. I was like, it's insane. Like, I watched it multiple times, and it's like one of the most important video or speech I saw since a while. So just go watch this video by Javier Milei at the World Economic Forum, and you'll pretty much understand what I'm talking about with all that cancel culture and socialism. Guy, if you're into trading, if you want to make money, you're a capitalist. Fuck the socialist.
What's so crazy about that is that I saw the video as well, and everywhere, I'm from Germany, and everywhere here, they were talking bad about Milei being elected, and they were talking about so crazy stuff. And that's exactly what you're talking about. And even with the politics here in Germany, it's just insane because people are scared to really talk about what is on their mind, and really are just scared to have a free speech, which is just insane.
Yeah, and that's because they're not their own boss. And it's
Yeah,
no, like, no, not everyone can be their own boss. What I'm saying by being your own boss, that doesn't mean you don't want to have a job or a paycheck or whatever. Like I have a 7 months old daughter. Like if I would need to work or get a paycheck, that's what I would need to do to provide for her, for sure. Like you need to do what you need to do. And I was working at McDonald's like 10 years ago. Like I did every single job. Like I was on welfare at one point. Like I did everything I had to do. But like when I say being your own boss, if you're, to me, if you're like working on your own schedule, if you're doing what you're doing, if you like what you're doing, if you're like working from home, if like all of that is kind of being your own boss, like it, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you guys that wants to be traders, like, or are trader, you understand that, that's for sure. So yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about, but yeah. So I was saying that because I want to help people. I always wanted to help people to become financially free. Like I wanted to do a book about that, the ebook, like back then before I was canceled on social media. And by the way, just to give you an example about that, like I lost 17 Instagram account when I was on Instagram from 2015 to 2020. I never had any single issue for 5 years, even with my PayPal account and all that. When 2020 came with the COVID and the election thing with Trump, like I said my opinion online because I'm about freedom. I'm a big Bitcoin guy. I'm a big believer in freedom, personal freedom. And I literally lost like my Instagram account, which I had over 400,000 Instagram follower. And I got accused of many crazy things. And I got the account back 2 times. It got shut down 2 other times. I got 17, or I don't know the exact count, but between 14 or 17 Instagram accounts shut down in 2020 and 2021. They shut down every single one on a 2-year period until we had zero left. And
oh,
that's like when I'm saying like PayPal told me that's a person in politics or whatever that has tied to politics. Like what the hell? Like I've been refused services by things like good food. They were like, no, your credit card. And I was like, I can give you another credit card. This credit card is working. They gave me every single answer to just not send me food. Like literally, like I got canceled for real. It is happening. It is existing. You're on some type of list. Meta has blocked my IP. I cannot create any account with Facebook or Insta. Like I'm trying to get some password. They're not sending it. Like it's happening for sure. And I'm gonna help you guys if you follow me and you trust me to become financially free. That's my point, because that's my big goal in life. Like that's that people become financially free. That's why I own a prop firm. And
I
that's why
love
like
that. I
I
love
teach
that.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so great. Regarding this, do you see any threats to our freedom in the future?
Yeah, well, exactly. I don't want to get too much into politics, and this interview is kind of getting long a little bit, but yes, like go watch the speech of Javier Milei, and like it's our freedom is very important. And one of the things that I can say that will help us financially transition is definitely like Bitcoin and maybe some other crypto, but I'm very into Bitcoin. This is very like government are scared of that for sure. And yes, they still control like the ins and the out. Like you need to use fiat like to buy the crypto or sell them, but that's eventually gonna change. And if you own Bitcoin, like you will be able to transition with other people that own Bitcoin. That will never change. And I can tell you that it's already having a great impact. A lot of people that I cannot pay them, I would never be able to pay them just because maybe they don't have a bank account, or sometimes they have a bank account, but there are some country that if I send a wire to this country, my bank account is going to get frozen and shut down if I send a wire to that. Like it's insane. Like you cannot take any chance when it comes to these banks. It's the same thing, like the cancel culture. And it's not sometimes they're not targeting a specific person. It's just there's more and more and more regulation. They are trying to shut down entrepreneurs and small entrepreneurs and people that wants to be like independent business owner and all that. They are trying to shut it down, guys. It's simple. Why? Because it's way more easier to control 500 or 5,000 big company than to control 50 million or 500 million small entrepreneur or person.
Yeah.
So they're putting regulation to block us from literally, you see with the prop firm, like we cannot get payment processor. Why is it shutting down? Like it's hard just to send payouts. Deal is shutting down. Like they are doing that, not just in the prop firm industry, they're doing that everywhere. My massage therapist, like Stripe shut them down. Like they're doing that everywhere, guys. And if you cannot earn money, like if you cannot like get money through credit card and all that, like you cannot run your business. Like at the moment, like less than 10% are payment in crypto. Like if I cannot have a payment processor for credit card and debit card, like no business can exist online.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest threat to our freedom to me. Because at one point, you got to understand that even if you're not an entrepreneur, like the entrepreneur are providing jobs. So if they cannot run a business, like you won't have a job, or the job you will have, it will be with the government or with people that are dictators in some way and taking your freedom away. So I'm gonna hand it there for that part.
Okay. So now let's get into the next section. How you see the future with FPF? Is it secured, and do you have particular goals?
Yeah, so well, we talk about, I just announced it a little bit earlier, like about the DX trade and maybe C traders and other platform, the ads on the trading competition that is coming back, weekly payout, instant funding model with lower profit share and lower pricing. So that is all the future for FPF. We will have a charity as well, because I always wanted to have a charity. I was delaying that a little bit because I was kind of feeling bad with the payment plan situation, but I feel like if we do great, we're gonna receive 10x or 100x. So I have a few, and it's Ramadan right now, and I have a few people that are studying like Islam and the Quran, and there's some good things inside of there, but one of it is like if you do some negative, like you can try to repent or like do something to pay back what you did, and it's 1x. But if you do something good, if you give to the world, you're gonna get it back 10x or even 100 or 1000x. So we're gonna be starting a charity. And it's secure because we have FX crypto license, we have banking in 3 countries, like multiple payment processor, very good relationship with payment processor and the banks. So everything is all good and everything is going better and better. I think we just posted a bunch of payouts. So I think that will secure people as well. And you will see FPF like more and more and more. We just need to stop the cancel culture a little bit and like get on the other websites and places where they are reviewing prop firm. Like it's crazy because you see like list of prop firm, like, and we're not on them for whatever reason. I don't know. But so that's the future. I think FPF is definitely secure. And also what we're going to do is we're going to do a Bitcoin reserve. So we're going to do a fund where we're going to put our extra profit in there. So it's going to grow with time because Bitcoin is definitely going to grow in 2024 and 2025 in terms of price. And we are going to have a reserve that is going to be kept public so people can see it. And that is going to be there if there's any issue in the future or whatever.
That's a great idea with the reserve. I like that. And the charity part, man, I love that. Definitely looking forward to that. Great.
Yeah. We're going to do a bunch of things, but I love animal. I love cats, especially. But so we're going to do things for animal. We're going to do things for homeless. I have something for homeless people. We're going to do things for people in third world countries, probably some other things.
Love that. Awesome. Okay. How about yourself? What are your personal goals?
Yeah, so my personal goal, it's very focused on FPF. So it's really like I have my personal life. Like I said, I have a 7 months old daughter, and I have goal of that, like having a very happy and healthy life, personal life. So I won't get too much in detail with that, but that's pretty much it. If you have a family and you can be healthy and happy, like that's a lot. So that's on this side. And then after that, like if I want to keep the lifestyle that I have, that I work for, and I want to make sure that everybody's being paid and all the employee keeps on being paid and all of that, FPF is a machine. So I want to keep FPF a well-oiled machine. So it's a machine that is making cash. And at the moment, like I've had a lot of Bitcoin. I have less Bitcoin now because, like I said, I definitely use my Bitcoin and my saving to use that for FPF, to save FPF basically. So my goal is that this year we pay back all the people on the payment plan. By the end of the year, everything is done. That I got back some of my Bitcoin as well, so we can secure the future financially. Then after that, maybe something, maybe adding some type of salary in type of inside of FPF. So if we have like very profitable traders that are consistent, maybe like putting them on real life funds and or booking them, or we're gonna see how we're gonna do this the best way for not to get any broker, any regulator that won't like that. And basically, my personal goal after that is I have a house here that I own since 2020. It's pretty cool. I want to get a villa in Mexico for next winter because I'm in Canada and now the winter is just ending, but it's very cold and I want to get a place, a villa in Mexico for next winter. So that's my personal goal. And also keep on getting healthier and obviously getting like more wealthy, like with my finance. I think Bitcoin, like me personally, like it's watches. I like to have some watches. I like Rolex, and like pretty much like I have an idea of maybe buying another house in 1 year. We'll see. We need to have the Bitcoin back, have everybody be paid, FPF all good, and then I will buy another like a $2 million house or $1.5 million house. I got pre-approved for a $2 million house, but we need to make sure that financially everything is all good. So this is my plan, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I always wanted to do a book, Money Master the Game, with maybe a kind of mini video course just to teach people like basically like how I've I don't know, my net worth is $1 million or whatever, like in terms of cash net worth, if you count like the money on my house and the watch and the money that I have with my Bitcoin, but it's probably close to that. And if I get all my Bitcoin back, it's gonna be probably close to two. But in the future, like with Bitcoin, it's gonna 10x. So if I have like 1M in Bitcoin, like in the future, it's gonna be like 10M. So at 31 years old, I think it's pretty good. My goal was to achieve that before 30 years old, which I didn't really do it on paper with my businesses and everything. I guess I could say I was a millionaire before 30 years old, but that's what I want to teach, how I achieved that and how I've been always scaling my lifestyle since literally 2016. I even 17, I started literally by doing $800 per month, being on welfare, trying to become a real estate agent. Then after that, like being paid $200 per month for posting on Instagram, and then 500, 800, da 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 da, until like I reach at one point like $100,000 per month and making some very good income. So that's what I want to teach. That's my future. I want to help people become financially free. But because even if you're making a lot of money and people don't know how to handle their money, they're making stupid decisions, they're burning it all, like they're not investing in the proper place. Like, and I want to help business people that wants to do business as well. But that's in the future when I have a lot of free time.
Awesome. Wow, that sounds great. A lot of good plans.
Yeah.
Okay, so you touched a little bit on that as well, but the last question is going to be, what are the future plans for FPF and what is the vision of our CEO?
Yeah, so we definitely pretty much touch on everything about this question. The vision, I say the future plan is pretty much at the moment, like I look at our numbers, we're doing decent numbers that like we can run the business and we can pay everybody, like the employee, the payouts, the services, all of that, my salary, so I can make a living as well. And this is all good. Now we need to scale up, keep on scaling up, because we're at close enough. Like I would say, if we keep on growing back in 2 months, I would say 3 months, we might be back where we was at our top, which is going to be way more profit than now. So the more profit that we have, the more the payment plan is going to be pay off ASAP. And after that, the more profit that we have, the more like we can reinvest in the business. We can put in the reserve funds of Bitcoin, so the business is even more secure. That will make people even more secure. We can come up with the salary and all that. So these are the plan for FPF, and that is the vision. My vision for the long-term future, it's we want to stay in business and we want to stay here. I'm not planning to sell or sell the business to anyone or make any major change or like incorporate with another business. We're here to stay. And I think we can achieve top 5 prop firm again. Well, again, a top 5 prop firm by the end of the year. We were definitely top 10, but top 5 prop firm by the end of the year. If not next year, for sure, when everything is all good. Definitely, we have the offer, we have everything to achieve that. I can see us hitting top 5, top 4, and competing with the top 3 that is currently there. So, which I mentioned 2 of them earlier. I mentioned all of them, basically.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So that wraps up our conversation with CEO Joe, the driving force behind FPF. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you found today's discussion insightful and inspiring as I did. Stay tuned for more insightful interviews and discussion on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment to stay updated for new releases. Until next time, happy trading.